Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the class research methodology for 2021 and 2022 semester 2. Okay, today I will talk about the one of the important things in what you have to do in your final year project, which is the literature review. Okay, this is my name. My name is Dr. Nurizzati Muhammad Daud. I'm a senior lecturer in School of Biomedical Engineering and Health Science. My research area is biomaterials, cells and tissue engineering, antibacterial study, and encapsulation technique. Okay, at the end of this class, sorry. You must understand what is the importance, okay, the importance part in the literature review, and second, how to construct, okay, how to construct and organize your literature review accordingly. Okay, so what is literature review in research? Okay, so basically literature review is one of the most important things in when you do the research in your final year project. Okay, so literature review is where you identify the theory and the previous research. Okay, what have been done previously by another researcher, which have influenced your choice of research topic and the methodology you are choosing to adopt by Diana Ridley 2010. Okay, so basically, whether your topic is your choice or your lecture choice, okay, so it have previous research that someone had done before. Okay, so literature review is ongoing activity which begins when you pick up the first book or article related to your research and continues until the day you finish the final thesis draft, which means it is continuously activity. Okay, you don't read your literature review one part and then you stop and then you do your research and then you forget about your literature review. No, it's not like that. Okay, so it is a continuous activity which means you are starting your research from the first day you must read the literature review until the end of your final thesis draft. Okay, you are not abandoning your literature review. Okay, you are continuously checking your literature review. Okay, so there are some purpose of literature review. First, you have to understand, okay, to understand the theories behind a statement. Okay, when your supervisor giving you a topic, you have to understand whatever theory behind the topic, okay, or behind the title. There must be a theory. So where you can find the theory by reading the literature review. Okay. Second, to avoid unnecessary repetition of information. You don't want to put repetition, you don't want to repeat, okay, your information all over your thesis. Okay. So third, to identify the current problem arise in the related research area, which mean by reading the literature review, you are aware about the current problem arise. Okay, so when you do the literature review searching, you must know what is the problem behind your topic, okay, in your related research area. Fourth, to search for current ideas, techniques, technologies to overcome the problem. Okay, when you are searching the problem and you get the problem, you have to search the technique, okay, the new technique or improved technique or technology to overcome the problem that you have encountered. Okay, next, to compare and recommend the most optimized method. Okay, by searching the literature review, you are searching the methodology also, and then you can compare or recommend or maybe you can innovate, okay, the most optimized method in your study. Next, to improve and demonstrate your knowledge. Of course, when you are searching for a literature from your previous research, from the previous research by another researcher, you are improving your knowledge, and you can demonstrate it. Okay. Okay. So this is the resources of literature review. There are so many resources. Okay. You must be thankful because there are Google. Okay, so in Google we can have anything that we need. Okay, so the resources for the literature review is first is newspapers. Okay, books and chapter. Okay, you can also use the book chapter report or government report. This one is for maybe you want to find the problem statements, you want to find all the statistical data. Okay, for example, statistical data for diabetes problem. Okay, how many people are facing the diabetes in Malaysia or in world. Okay, next is the patent. Okay, some researcher have patent their research. So you can find from the patent also. CD or books. Okay, standard. Standard means there are some methodology that you must follow the certain standard uh, 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 provide by the higher authorities. Okay. Next, from the conference or proceedings, brochure and pamphlets, and the most important things is journal articles. And you might also find your literature review from thesis. Okay. So by Dr. Shafiqah Saidin said that learning how to extract information from literature resources is as crucial as developing your research and technical skills. So it is important to, okay, your developing your research skills. Okay, technical skills is important, but it also important on how you want to extract the information from the literature review. Okay, so as I mentioned before, research article is important in searching the literature review. So there are two types of journal articles. First is the research articles. Second is the review articles. Okay, so the research articles have many parts such as the communication, full-length article, notes. Notes is much shorter, and proceeding. Proceeding usually in conference. Okay, as for review article, it it gives so much information on the previous study, okay, about a certain topic, and you can find many information in review article and so many citation in this. Okay, so what is the content in the journal? First, we have the title. Okay, of course, information about authors, abstract, introduction, methodology, okay, results and discussion, conclusion, and of course the references. Okay, this is one of the example of the journal. So I will be talk about every part in the journal. Okay, so this one is the volume of the paper published. Okay, so the volume is 33, the year is 2013. Okay, this one is the page number. Okay, so material science and engineering C is the name of the journal. Okay, Elsevier is the publisher. There are so many publisher. Okay, one of them is Elsevier. They are Wiley. They are Springer. Okay, this one is the paper title, polydopamine as an intermediate layer for silver and hydroxyapatite immobilization on metallic bimaterial surface. Okay, as you can see here, the paper title is very specific. Okay, this one is the list of the authors, and this one is the abstracts. Okay, when you want to skim your literature review, whether it is uh, suitable for your research or not, you must read the abstract first. Okay, this one is the example of proceeding. Okay, name of the proceeding here, and the volume and the year published. Okay, the publisher. Okay, there are so many publisher in proceeding or conference. Okay, whether it is Scopus index or not, you have to check. Okay, paper title. Okay, the name of authors and also the abstract. Okay, proceeding is the same as um, journal article, but the difference in that is the publisher. Okay, so when you are doing the journal searching, okay, when you have one journal, you have paper title. So the information on the paper title is scope of overall research. Okay, scientific word and the main finding. As this paper title, it gives it gives the main finding, which is the polydopamine as an intermediate layer. Okay, the paper title, um the, ch- to choose the paper title as for your when you are writing the paper for publish, you have to make sure your paper title is very specific. Okay, and it can capture the reader's interest. Okay, the, as I mentioned before, the abstract has so many informations. First, the aims and objective. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, the author had already mentioned the aim of this study was blah 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 blah. Okay, so which means they are they are specific. Okay, they straight saying what is their aim. Okay, this is the good it is a good what I can say ethics for doing the uh, uh, article to publish. Okay, so you have the problem statement. Okay, you have to make sure what is the problem statement in this paper that they want to encounter. Okay, as I can see here, yeah, you have to make sure there are problem statement. Normally or usually the problem statement is in first statement. Okay, is in the first statement of abstract. Okay, the scope. Okay, the significant result and discussion. Scope is most probably is a method. Significant result and discussion, and also the significant conclusion. Why did why is they are significant, which mean there are so many conclusion. Maybe there are so many conclusion in this research, but the most significant one must be right in the abstract. Okay. So in the introduction, when you are reading the a journal article, you want to read the abstract and you want to read the introduction also. Okay, so what is the content of introduction? It is the content of the research background. Okay, so at the first paragraph, maybe it tells about the problem statement. Okay, the problem statement that the research want to encounter. Okay, the discussion on the problems and issues also. Okay, at the first and second paragraph. Okay, there are also literature review, okay, or revision from other papers as well. Okay, as you can see, 1, 2, 3. This one is the reference number. Okay, you can find this reference statement on this reference. Okay, reference part later. And lastly, the aims and scope of the research as well. Okay, so when you are reading the methodology, okay, you have you have so many information in the what is the material that used. Okay, so when you are given a topic, you search for the literature review, so you can find the material that are used in the research. Okay, so so for the material used, okay, as you can see here, all chemical reagents are purchased from Sigma Aldrich. So Sigma Aldrich is the company that selling chemical reagents, and they are so well known in the whole world. Okay, so you can copy the what they are, if you are doing the same thing, so you can buy in the same company also. So next, the equipment or instrument they are used. Okay, in this, such as this one doesn't mention, but if you are reading the journal article, if they are using scanning electron microscope, so they must mention it. Okay, they are mentioning the manufacturer and the vendor and the country also. Okay, where did they buy the scanning electron microscope, and they must put in the methodology in the research article also. Okay, scientific methods or units, okay, these are important part also, and the procedure. Okay, as for result and discussion, okay, this one they are giving the results. Okay, this one is the result they are performed in the table. Okay, the result give the information for scientific results. Okay, scientific result, you must differentiate on the experimental data, because for the experimental data there are so many information, and we can the researcher must be translate into the table figures. Okay, that one you can get the information. And the most important thing also is the discussion also. Okay, the discussion of the results. Okay, you don't put just a table one here. Okay, and then you are left the table one. No, you are discussing the result and also the discussion. So when you are searching the literature review, you can read the result and discussion, and tally, okay, or tally with your result and discussion also. So you can say, you can compare with your result and the previous result, okay, whether you are improving or any information that you can give. And then lastly, last but not least, is the conclusion. Okay, conclusion, what can we find in the conclusion? We can find the summary of the results. Okay, summary of all the results, special finding that support that support or object the aims of the paper. Okay, and last is the novelty. If there is any novelty, you can put it in the conclusion. Okay, so when you are searching the literature review in the journal article, first you want to skim the abstract, and then straight away to the conclusion. If the journal article is suitable, then you can use the journal article for your literature review. Okay, these are the list of the reference in the paper. Okay, so what information here gives other papers related to this work, and provide additional data that support the research work. So you can also see, or you can also take the reference here, and then you search for the reference to get more information. Okay, if the reference is suitable for your study, so you can read it as well. So this is the example of the book. Okay, book title and the publisher. Okay, these are example of patent, name of patent, normally it's from US, patent number, okay, the patent title, and the company that involved. So in here you can get information about certain things or certain material. Okay, you want to know if if the material is patent or not. Okay. Okay, this one is the protocol standard. Protocol standard is normally we find or we searching for the protocol for the our methodology. Okay, if the methodology have certain protocol standards, so you need to comply to the protocol standard. For example, if for example here, standard specification for acrylic bone cement. So if there is some protocol shows that how to mix the bone cement, so you need to comply to it. Okay, or you need to follow the standard here. Okay, so for the resources, where you can find and download the literature resources, of course from the Google search. Okay, you just type Google, okay, and uh, Google search for, okay, and then so publication database search, you can search for Sign Direct, Scopus, Springer Link, okay, Web of Science, Wiley Online Library, and etc. You can find the Google search for Google Scholar. Okay, I forgot to mention here, but this one is Google Scholar. So when you search Google Scholar, you can find all the literature or journal article there. Okay, later I will explain more about that. Okay, so this is when you are accessing the exact, okay, our library. Just Google PZ UTM. Okay, click first thing that pop up, and then go to the library. Okay, click this one, off campus login. If you are in off campus, you are not in campus and not using the UTM Wi-Fi. Okay, you click here, off campus login, and you just log in your exit number, okay, UTM ID and password, and then you may find all the online database, okay, journals and ebooks here. Okay, you can choose any of your interest. Okay, that is what I've said before about the Google Scholar. Okay, okay, you can narrowing the search using apostrophe or quotation marks, okay, double quotation marks. Okay, so when for example you are searching about elderly people, okay, when you ask when you are searching for elderly people in Google Scholar, there are 3 million results. Okay, but if you put the quotation mark here, so the article is reduced to the 1 million. Okay, so it is more focused. Okay, so um, you can put time here also to custom what is year you want to search about. Okay, probably about 5 to 7 years back, so you just custom range about from the literature review must, the journal article must come from 2000 uh 2016. Okay, 5 years, 5 to 7 years back. Okay, 2016 to 2016. Okay, this is a format for reference. Okay, this one, if you are using the citation tools, okay, this one is the citation tools will give the format for you. Okay, okay. So what 10 tips to the successful literature review? Okay, first, you have to gather the accurate information. Okay, gather accurate information instead of being influenced by someone's perspective, interest, or agenda. Okay, the understanding must be on the strong basis. Okay, second, how to search the data or information using the best keyword. Okay, search the data using the best keyword. For example, you have to be specific. If you want to search about liposome encapsulation, you don't want to put encapsulation only. Okay, you have to be specific. Liposome encapsulation. If you are searching for encapsulation only, the finding might be millions. But if you are specific, the finding might be focused. Second, use separate keyword for better searching. Okay, for example, the research topic here, adverse effect of obesity on anesthetized patients. So the possible keywords here, anesthesia, obesity, surgery, and overweight. So you are searching one by one. Okay, searching is a never-ending process. Should know where to stop and start writing the output. Okay, because if we are searching and then we downloading all the journal article but never read, they are get to nowhere. Okay, so we must know where to stop and start writing, or start writing the output and start experiment. Okay, so there are also Boolean operator. Okay, Boolean operator is the method that use conjunction to combine or exclude keywords in the search, okay, resulting in more focused and productive results. As example, if you want to use and, so peanut butter and jelly, so by using and, this search would only retrieve results with peanut butter and jelly. So the result is more focused. Okay, where peanut butter and jelly is redundant, so that where the result coming out. Or if you are using or peanut butter or jelly, so this search would retrieve result with peanut butter, with jelly, and with both. Okay, so all the information about peanut butter and jelly will be coming up. But if you are using not, okay, example here, peanut butter not jelly, so, or jelly not peanut butter, so you have exclude those with jelly or peanut butter with jelly. Okay, moving on, you have to select the resources based on what you want to find. For example, you want to find general information, so you searching for books. Okay, general information or theories. Okay, theories are so many in books. Okay, you can find the books. Also, you can find in the Google. Okay, so you want to search for the specific information about the certain topic or certain methodology, you use the journals. Or you want to determine the specific product for development product. Okay, this one is for advanced product technology. You have to search the patents. And lastly, you want to validate your experimental procedure, whether the validation is true or not. You have to search for the standards. Okay, next, choose the most valuable source that will impact your finding. Okay, choose the most valuable source that will impact your finding. Okay, you don't have to read every single available resources. Okay, that I mentioned before. You have to read. You must choose whatever important for your research topic. Okay, you don't have to read. You have to read only the abstract and conclusion. If they are suitable, then you can pick. You can choose the research articles. Okay, I'm suggesting the literature review is 5 to 7 years, especially when you are doing the introduction. Okay, so you must have, or you must write at least 20 to 25 pages of literature review. Okay, you may add pictures, table of summary, all the information, okay, to get the 25 pages. I know it's a lot, but if you are doing properly, you can eventually you can achieve this 20 to 25 pages. Why you have to achieve this? Because in your final year project, you have to write at least 50 pages starting from introduction. Okay, first 50 pages from your for your thesis, final thesis, at least 50 pages starting from the introduction. So that why you need to have literature review about 20 to 25 pages in order, okay, in order for you to achieve 50 pages for you to get A. Okay, record information. Okay, you have to record the information either by summarizing the method in the table or highlighting the method, key point, okay, backbone method and mind mapping. So this one is your option lah. Okay, can summarizing it, okay, by putting in the table, okay, for you for your easy accessible. Okay, this one is the mind mapping. Okay, mind mapping, maybe for a one journal article that you find. Okay, narrowing down. You must narrowing down your literature review from general information into specific facts. Okay, so first you have to mention about the broad issue. Okay, the general fact, the theories or whatever. Okay, and then you go back that studies that overlap your research, and then studies that exactly reflect your research. So it is just like a story. Literature review is just like you are telling the story. Okay, that what I mentioned before. Literature review is like a storytelling. It have to be, it needs to have chronology. Okay, from the broad information until the specific information that are related to your study. So be creative in planning the chronology. Okay, don't suddenly jump into any point without proper chronology. Don't suddenly jump into certain topic if you are not telling it earlier. Okay, do literature review consistently. Okay, as I've mentioned before, it is a continuous, it is a continuous activity. Okay, before you are conducting the experiments, you have to overview the research background first, determine the current problems and current technologies, and construct methodology. Also, you can find in the journal articles. And then while conducting experiments, whether your experiments is fail or you have to do it again, so you have to find additional data to fit the methodology and find the related data for the comparison as well. Okay, so after you are conducting the experiments, you want to obtain facts, okay, to support or argue your finding. This one, you have to read the literature review to find the previous research, and then you have to put in your result and discussion to discuss your results. And then the good discussion is where you can give comparison, okay, or you can state the previous results by previous researcher. You can compare it with previous results. Okay, next is to use software, citation software, such as EndNote, Mendeley, or other and any citation software to arrange your literature review resources. There are so many resources, or there are so many citations, so you have to use this software. Okay, so for easy citation and formatting, to store and organize all the resources. Okay, these are useful in writing journal paper. Okay, later if you are writing the journal paper to be published, or for your thesis, FIP thesis, and to keep track on all downloaded resources. So you don't have to download all over again. Okay, this one is the most important thing. Stop plagiarism. Okay, I don't want this batch to have plagiarism issue. Okay, so how to avoid the plagiarism? You must rephrase the sentence that you are find in the um, journal article or your resources. Okay, rephrase. Okay, the important part is rephrase. Or if you are good, very good in English, you can construct your own sentences, which means you are reading a lot of resources or a lot of journal article until you can construct your own sentences. Okay, but if you want to paraphrasing, you can use various tools in internet. Okay, I'm suggesting Grammarly, Quillbot, and Smodin. Okay, this one is a good tool for paraphrasing. Okay, these are the list for the good and the bad literature review. Okay, so the good literature review, what is the good literature review? You have to synthesis of available research. Okay, it is a critical evaluation, has appropriate breadth and depth. Okay, has clarity, conciseness, and you use the consistent methods. While the poor literature review is annotated bibliography, you can confine to the description. It is a narrow and shallow, confusing and long-winded, and also construct in an arbitrary way. So, if you prepare the literature review at the end of your study, you will end up like this. Okay, so there are so many things you want to read, and then you only stops there, uh, but not start writing or not start conducting your experiments. So you end up like this, very confused, don't know what to do. So your research is your choice. With that, I think that's all for me. Good luck in preparing your literature review. What I can say is the tips that I can give, that you construct the draft for your literature review, and then you give back to your supervisor for checking. That's maybe your supervisor can comment on your draft of literature review, and then you can start writing the literature review. Okay, with that, thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.